How's it going, everybody? Button here, and today I want to talk about a very exciting Tier 10 German medium tank. It is, of course, the KPZ-50T. In my opinion, this is more fun than the E50M, but more bad than the E50M. I do have to admit, and I guess more bad than the Leopard one too. However, this tank, in my opinion, is the best tungsten shells adrenaline medium tank that is currently in the game right now, which in my opinion is one of the most toxic ways to play Blitz. And I'm going to show you my opinions of the tank. I'm going to give you a brief overview of the setup, the stats, and show you guys some cool games that I've had in this tank. And yes, let's get started. First off, this is a mini event. Just run tungsten and adrenaline. Every time you get tungsten, drop the adrenaline, and I promise you, you will be absolutely destroying your opponents. So the next thing is that you want to do, in my opinion, if you are playing pubs, take the protective kit. This will save you so many games. Don't take gunpowder unless you're a degenerate. I was playing this tank in ratings, and I honestly didn't care if my AMRAC damaged, if my loader died. I didn't care. But if you are playing pubs, take a protective kit, and I will show you what I do. Take a cooldown booster, and that way you will have tungsten and adrenaline come up so fast, you will thank me for it. You will thank me. But yeah, take a protective kit for playing pubs. The ammo, 50 rounds. I think you should do something like this. Just like, maybe you could do like 30, 15, 5, but I prefer the 29, 15, and 6. A lot of variants to be had with ammunition, so feel free, play around with it, experiment, and just generally just enjoy yourself. If you are a very good player, run Ramber. This is one of the few tanks since the update that didn't get its DPM nerfed. I honestly don't know what Wargaming was cooking up with German mediums. The Leo got better, the KPZ got better, and the E50M, I don't even know where to start with the E50M right now. I'm having so much fun in that tank. It's amazing. This is a great opportunity to explain the change that they did to this tank. They took off a little bit of pen, and they gave it more. They decreased its aim time, so now it's way more accurate. In my opinion, I think you run the calibrated shells. It's just better, a lot easier to play with. But this tank received a very slight buff, and that buff is gonna make the tank a lot better to play. In my opinion, with the accuracy, you can make an argument for supercharge now. I think that will definitely help. But I prefer delaying drive because I can't aim. Also, the refined gun. Feel free to run armor. I just prefer the hit points. It's really a preference thing, but I prefer the assembly. I feel like that's better for me in the long run, but either way, it's fine. Optics, accelerator, and delivery system. Do not take high-end consumables. That is a trap. The problem is that when you're running single repair on high-end consumables, your med kit will be 100 seconds long, or something like that. When that happens, imagine if you are tracked. You will be too scared to use the multi-purpose repair kit. If your loader dies, your game is over. If your AMRAC is damaged, your game is over. If your engine is dead, you're slow for basically 2 minutes. Do not run high-end consumables. That will kill the tank. And the problem is that I've noticed I watch a lot of good players play. I promise you, when I see these high-end consumables, these, shall we call it degenerates, will save their tungsten, they'll save their adrenaline, and they'll end up not using it in like half their games. I look at their gameplay and I think they're crazy. So do yourself a favor, take delivery system. I know it got nerfed a little, but there's a reason why it got nerfed. It's still amazing. So please run that. So finally, it's time for the stats. Not so much hit points. The turret's good. Like, obviously, when you see these in game, like, the turret's kind of penable with heat. This thing will struggle with gold rounds, so don't expect to be bouncing too much. But you'll get, like, wonky armor profiles. Like, this way, how, like, the hull is shaped, you'll definitely get bounces through there. I do like about the tank. The consumables is pretty decent. The 292 view range with optics, it's like a mini light tank in some ways, but don't be relying on it too much. 3376, this is probably, in my opinion, it's still the lowest DPM, but tungsten shells, this can be the scariest and most RNG dependent KPZ. A KPZ, when you're fighting the KPZ with tungsten adrenaline, it is a monster. But when you're fighting off of it, it's not too scary, especially if you're in a heavy tank. You will be able to bounce things. It only has 330 heat, so if you're very skilled with your angling, you could fight against it. Likewise, if you're using 330 heat, you kind of need to be cognizant about knowing these weak spots, knowing where to pen. But the 261 AP is a very amazing thing to have. It's going to really make the tank work for you, and I really like the AP rounds. APCR on a medium definitely kills the tank for me, in my opinion, and I'm definitely not a fan of that. 320 average alpha, that's a bit mid, but the 280 heat's honestly not so bad, and the 400 HE rounds on this tank are very amazing. If you're able to HE like the back of a Sheridan, for example, that tank just gets deleted. It's just gone. It's just dead. And yeah, 8 degrees of gun depression is also another good thing I like about this tank. Very flexible. Don't get too confident on using it. The turret's pretty bad. So, I mean, it's not bad, but it's not consistently good. So, don't rely on the tank too much. Don't rely on the armor. Use cover as your armor, and use the mobility to get these good positions. 60 forward. It can be like a quasi light tank, but oftentimes you just find yourself being like a faster medium. So definitely something to keep in note. And it's 41 tons. I'm sorry, the 49 tons means you can ram light tanks in this. So keep that in mind. That is something you can use in your games. If you ever find yourself trying to pick up a 50 HP tank or a late game kill, by all means do that. So now I want to show you guys a couple games I had in the tank. They're very fun, very enjoyable. And we're going to start off with this Lagoon game that I've had. So on Lagoon, I noticed that a lot of crazy things going on. They only have like a BZ and a Rhino. Those aren't really like heavy tanks in my opinion. They can go the med side, they can go put the middle, they can go put the heavy area. So my mind is very open right now, and I notice I have a lot of mediums. And like the TVP, the KPZ, the Mira, it's just like this is gonna be a game where they can go anywhere, and you have to really keep like an open mind and just approach the game with no expectations. I am gonna go see if I can play the middle of the map. Maybe I can spot the heavies crossing. Maybe I can make a play. Like I said, this is a very safe spot on the map. A lot of people use it. It's very common now. Someone must have leaked the Super Unistrats because it is very, very common. It's so common, in fact, I'm playing very scared. I am worried about getting blind fired, and I noticed that my SCB-1 hasn't spotted anything, so I need to just get out. What's really concerning, though, is that our chieftain's AFK in spawn, and I don't really know whether to play A or whether to play C. The heavy side or the med side. I decide to reluctantly go the heavy side and see what I can find. I'm a pretty fast tank, so maybe I can get something going. I don't really expect anything to be here. And then there's the KPZ-50T here. I'm a little confused as to why he's here, but nonetheless, tungsten goes down, adrenaline goes down. I am going to make an effort to farm this person. But E4 is spotted, Rhino is spotted. More tanks are popping up as I play this game, which means I still need to be patient and approach this with a bit of, how should I say, you need to be very perceptive, and you need to be questioning their existence. This is a very risky pathing that I took. I was very confident that the E4 wouldn't shoot me, so I just didn't really care. And I have like a little wavelength play here, go for a blue blind shot on the cross, and I really want to go fight these meds. And my girl is spotted, and I know he's thinking of the same thing. This, in my opinion, when you're spotted like that, when you're pathing in, it can get a little risky. He takes one from the BZ here on the cross. I'm going to put a quick little shot in. I'm trying not to bump in. He just reloaded, so I think he's fine. And I'm going to see if he can get into the Murat in time, because we really need to be working as a team here. And I'm going to try to do my best, and I'm going to try and shield him from this Nope, I can't. And now I'm back in a very difficult situation. I'm gonna try to bully this BZ out as much as I can, as quickly as I can. He puts in a quick little round into. So now I'm gonna try to shoot the turret. Put another. Can I beat him in time? Nope, I don't. I do eat the shot, and then the chieftain picks up the kill. Wow, I'm so happy. And then I eat one from the Mira. This has gone from good to bad to worse. So now I'm on 700 hit points. I need to be careful. I need to relax. And I need to take my time with my approach. This Rhino is kinda out of the play here, but I can't really pressure him. I'm a 2-shot. I have to take my time. I need to look for opportunities, and at least we kill the Mira, which is good. Which is good. I'm just gonna hope that our SCV-1 is dead. But I'm just gonna try and make a play. I'm gonna go wide as I can. I'm gonna be very patient. I'm gonna look for cross shots, and I am going to do what I can do to try and to make sure that we keep our lead, which is super important. I do like the fact that it looks like our tanks aren't really gonna bleed so much. But this Rhino could be a little bit of a problem. Generally speaking, I'm just going to look for cross shots as quickly as I can. This is an angle that a lot of tank destroyers play on the med side. I'm just going to use this. Maybe I'll find some shots. The KPZ is currently farming our chieftain, but the chieftain does pick up the kill. And now it's a 3v2 situation. I am a little nervous just watching them play. I don't really know what to do. Maybe they'll push the Yag. Maybe they'll push the chieftain. I am just going to keep an open mind. I'm just going to just wait and see. Just wait and see. I have 3 minutes on the clock. A lot to play for here. And I'm just going to relax. Just chill. And this E4 is speed boosting behind our chieftain. The E4 is a 1-shot. So I think it's my time to go. I'm willing to use tungsten. That's like the thought. Where I should use tungsten to try and pick up this clear. But if the E4 is looking away, I'm not going to bother with it. I'm just going to pick up the kill really quickly, and as E4 is looking away, I'm going to put in a nice little HE round. The reason why I loaded HE there was to really make sure this was a 1-shot clear. And now I'm trying to get behind this Rhinoceronte, pick him up, and I'm going to go for a really mechy shot here. A little tricky, and so I'm talking about with the mechis, the mechanicals. If you're able to make big plays like that, you're going to be a great player. If I didn't pick up the kill there, I would just push forward and gone the clear. This is going to be for 2800, just a nice little standard normal game in the tank. And yeah, shout out to our Yak for doing 5.7, which is honestly kind of crazy when you think about it. Overall, a pretty decent game in the tank. And on to our next game. This game is on Himmelsdorf. Himmelsdorf is honestly a pretty okay map with this tank because all like the little dunes, all the little ridges, you can use that to get your KPZ into cover, and that will be very good for you. I'm actually going to keep an open mind, and even though I don't necessarily have like my heavies coming with me, I'm willing to just make a play for this little middle spot here. I see this KPZ kind of running. Oh, he bounced the shot there. It's so unlucky. And then I see this 268 bleeding. A little more unlucky there. I mean, even though the gun looks pretty good, and then I go a little stupid, and then I just eat that for free. That was honestly just my fault. I'm trying to push in here. I know that they're pushing our heavy side, so I need to try and like counter push this. I think the Mirat's gonna get the clear here, but maybe I'll have a chance at it. Turns out I didn't. And I see this E50M here. I use tungsten. I'm gonna drop the adrenaline. Always, in my opinion, I think you should use tungsten before you use adrenaline, and then you want to shoot as soon as you hit tungsten. The adrenaline is just there to cover off the second shell. I don't think you need to worry about the extra module damage that tungsten adrenaline provides on the first shell. I think it's a bit extra. The way how I do it will maximize your damage per minute, unless your damage per minute somehow manages to include some lucky AMRAC. Obviously, you see the Mets crossing. We're going to put in a nice little quick shell in, which misses. Not really getting lucky at this game. Now I see this KPZ here. No, I'm sorry, KPZ. That's a chieftain. I see this chieftain here. I'm going to shoot him. Mirat's going to look to fight me. Quick shell in, and then I pull back and shoot as soon as I can. That's going to keep me alive. And now, not looking so good. 2v4, a lot of one-shots, and this healthy Amex M4 is coming in. Me and this grill, we're going to make a play on the right, and I'm just going to put a quick shell in. And now I'm going to play here so I can keep the other KPC spotted. I have amazing cross shots on this AMX M4. He's pushing, and I am just going to keep farming it. I'm going to see if I can put the kill shot in. I don't. I low roll that too. Very unlucky. Very unlucky. And now I'm in this 3v4 situation. Chieftain's on my left. KPZ's on my right. And I see this Project Murat kind of not playing very smart. I get the max roll, which was honestly very surprising. Which means I didn't have to use tungsten there. But now I'm kind of worried about this Chieftain. But the Chieftain shoots. I'm going to put a quick shell into the lower plate here. I'm going to try and hold him off. So I decide not to use Adrenaline. I honestly just instantly have to use Adrenaline there. That would have probably covered me off. And now it's bad news. This one-shot KPZ versus I'm a one-shot against a KPZ. But luckily the grill puts in a shot. The SB1 puts in a shot. And I survive. What an absolutely crazy turnaround to this game. And now I have to deal with a one-shot Mira. And I'm not too sure how many hit points a Rhinoceronte is on. But I'm guessing it's like 1,000. And since everyone knows I'm here, I'm just going to play it really safe. See if my teammates can like make a play. Now the Mira is gonna unload both shells into our SCB-1, and as a result, our SCB-1 is gonna pick up the clear. And I'm kind of a little paranoid about this Rhino. Rhino's on 200 HP. My grill and my SCB-1 are gonna create a little crossfire, and the Rhinoceronte is dead. So a nice little fun game, showing you guys the game sense I have, approaching very complex situations and just generally having a great result. I think 3,400 is definitely a good number there in a very chaotic, very team dependent situation. And we're going to pick up a second class. We're going to pick up a Confederate medal. Oh, the Confederates medal. But overall, shout out to my two teammates, Girl Boss Mommy Mommy and OG Paradox. Finally, this last replay, we're going to be taking you guys to sunny Black Goldville. Now Girl Boss Mommy Mommy is on the enemy team. And I'm going to approach the situation very simply. I have a mouse on my team, and I have some heavy tanks. So I think I'm just going to be looking to see how I can help them. And one way how I think I can help them is by going to play the middle of the map. The middle of the map will get me spots, get me information, and I can pull down into the town side to try and help out my team. I spot their Murad. He's going to put 2 shots in our team. Hopefully this scares him off from doing that, but I think he's going to get the 2, and I'm going to be honest here. I can't really put pressure on the Murad. I don't really know where their grill is. Don't really know where the E4 is. Don't know where the rest of their team is. So, in my opinion, I look at the heavy tank going C, and I just assume that the Karo and the Murad is going to be playing the med side. The Murad was spotted playing middle. I think it's pretty tricky to go from med side to heavy side, but I'm about to do that rotation right now. Just because I don't think the meds are looking. It's more of a timing thing. So, and it's like a risk tolerance thing. The Murad's at middle, so I have to be very careful when I cross. I don't want to get randomly shot from certain angles. So I'm just going to be playing the entrance of town. See this E4 in the open, and oh, it's so unlucky. One thing I don't like about this tank is like how troll it feels. I feel like losing the pen definitely just makes the problem worse, and I use tungsten and adrenaline there to try and create something. And I'm going to look to a cross shot on this IS-4. We hit that, which was super clean. A shot into this Karo here. Oh, I just don't hit it. I just don't even fire my gun, which is a little surprising there, to be honest. Another shot into this IS-4. We hit those, and sometimes this gun handling really works. I see this Karo going in. He's going to put a lot of shells into this Yak. And when this happens, that means the Karo has almost no DPM. Just go in, pressure out its reload. I'm going to use the HE there. It's very chill. And I don't know how many shells Akaro is on, but he's just dead. And now we're in a great situation. We have a lot of opportunities to farm here. Our heavies are actually in the town. So that means that I can actually really I have a lot of time to farm this IS-4 out. And I'm going to do just that. I have 3,300 DPM. And this tank is going to really work and create some magic. I really like the situation that I've created for myself here. I'm going to do a great job. I'm going to punish him. He's going to get farmed. And I don't really care how many shells he has, I basically put in 2 for 1, 3 for 1 every time he shoots me. So finally get a tracking shot in, and I'm gonna get the kill. There's a grill to farm, there's a chieftain to farm, and there's a project to farm. A lot of opportunities here. I'm kind of worried about the grill looking at me, so I'm just gonna cross over very quickly, and I am gonna look to this full HP chieftain from. I am not a fan of the Murat trying to push in. Oh, that's my farm going away. That's very unfortunate, very unlucky. This grill, he's gonna push forward, but oh, that's a chieftain booty. Tungsten, adrenaline, and this is what I'm talking about. Literally every 5 seconds, I'm rolling like a Leo 1, and it's just crazy. Consistent 370 rolls. I'm having so much fun in this tank, doing 4.7k damage, getting no kills because I'm a greedy damage farmer. I really enjoyed this tank. I hope you have a great time just watching the games, seeing how I play, and one thing to note is that when you have tungsten adrenaline, be aggressive. When you're without it, just be a little more passive because you won't be able to just completely dump your DPM on them. That's definitely something to look out for. I hope you guys really enjoyed this guide that I did on the KPZ 50T. It's a very fun tank. You could play it in pubs. I think it's very good. You can play it in like your quick tournament games. You can play it in ratings just like I did. You're gonna have a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this guide as well, this review that I did. I hope you guys have a great day. Have a good night. See you on the battlefield, and see ya.